Hello. What we are beginning to post here on YouTube is a series of videos that teach you how to master the law of property using the levels system. If you're at all familiar with Bar Secrets and the work we've done in helping people learn the law, then you know that through our website we provide a series of brief reviews of the subjects of law that are commonly taught in law school in the core curriculum and tested on bar exams, from the uniform bar exam to individual states bar exams. This is different. In this series of videos, we want to do a more in-depth look at property law. It's one of the broadest subjects tested on bar exams and taught in law school. It has a lot of topics, a lot of areas that are covered. And we've gotten quite a few requests for a more in-depth look at the law. We recorded a series of videos that are that kind of in-depth, patient review of the law using a lot of examples some years ago. You'll see that we're quite a bit younger then in the video that I'm about to start here. But the core law hasn't changed, and so we decided that we'd like to put them out to the public here on YouTube and benefit law students, bar candidates, really anyone who's interested in the law of property in this series. So the first one teaches you about what the levels system is, how we learn any complex subject using a system of overall concepts like you see on the screen here. I'm going to start the video and we'll put out multiple clips that represent each of these level 1 topics. Enjoy.
Hello, my name is Dennis Saccuzzo.
And mine is Nancy Johnson.
And today we're going to talk about property. And we're going to be beginning from our hierarchical schematic approach. Now, in that approach, what we do is we begin with the broadest categories into which all issues in property can fit. And we call that level 1. Next, we branch off from each level 1 topic and we ask ourselves, well, what main topics branch off of each of these? And then finally, we put in the details, and we call that level 3. So level 2 are the branches from level 1, and level 3 are the branches from level 2. Now in property is one of the most extensive of all the subjects tested on the bar, and it has a large number of level 1 topics. It starts out concurrent estates, present estates, future estates. And I know just about all of you out there love estates and land. And that can be condensed, by the way, into estates: concurrent, present, future. So that's where we're going to begin. We're going to talk about the very important issue of adverse possession. We're going to talk about landlord tenant law. Then we're going to move into non-possessory interests, covenants, the land sales contract, deeds, security interests, water rights, and rights of support. And I should tell you that some of these topics can be further condensed. For example, the land sales contract, deeds, and security interests are all part of the topic in property known as conveyancing. So conveyancing consists of the land sales contract, deeds, and security interests.
Those of you who've heard us before have probably heard why we're doing that. Why is he obsessing over condensing this down into a smaller number of topics? After all, you could just study, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 broad level 1 categories, right? Why not just memorize that list instead of trying to scrunch this down into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 categories? Why not do that?
Because each person has a particular span of memory, which we might call the amount of information you can learn on, say, a single presentation. Now, it turns out that if we double that, double the size of the list that you're comfortable with, double your span of memory, the learning time increases by sixfold. So what we need to do is we need to break it down and reduce study time. The other is, to the extent that something is organized, it's much easier to remember. The third thing is, if you nest it in a hierarchy as we do, then it's a lot easier for your mind to organize and control it so that you can zero in on, say, well, level 1, concurrent estates. Now, what's level 2 of concurrent estates? And just work your way down and thereby have cues to access all the rules at once. So, for example, level 2 begins with level 1 again, concurrent estates, and then off of concurrent estates we have joint tenancy, tenancy by the entirety, tenancy in common, and rights among co-tenants. So this level 1 issue, concurrent estates, branches into 4 in level 2. And again, it's nested in a hierarchy. So eventually you'll memorize concurrent estates, and you'll also know the 4 big issues that come off the level 1 topics. Another example would be landlord tenant. We actually have a system for you. If you have a landlord tenant problem, first thing you need to do, as indicated in our level 2, first big issue, first big branch off of level 1 on landlord tenant is, what type of tenancy is it? What are the duties of the landlord? What are the duties of the tenant? And of course, there's going to be some breach. Somebody's going to be breaching, so what are the remedies? And then there's the big issue of assignment and sublease. So we do this for all level 1 topics. In level 2, we go to the main branches that branch off level 1.